Hi everyone, that's Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator here, and today we are going to play with some neon pigments, and those designs always look so effective, and I really love it also on this nude background. Have a preview of them in here. Absolutely amazing look, and I hope you really enjoy learning this technique. If you do, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and also existing subscribers. Thank you so much guys for all your likes, comments and shares. Let's start! So we are going to play with the pigments, and I have done two designs just to give you an idea what we are going to work on today. I've got my tips buffed, and we are going to use 217, which is Flower Garden. I actually quite like this shade. It's really beautiful. So just apply it on. I will actually do it in a one coat. When we're working with the products for a one coat, you have to make sure you don't apply it too thick. Any kind of gel polish, if we apply it too thick, it can wrinkle. So I'm just applying a nice decent layer, but not overly too thick. And then we are going to cook it. I'm curing the gel polishes in 60 seconds in LED light, and then we are going to apply the High Shine No Wipe top gel once it's cured. And on our mixing palette, we are going to put some white. I'm going to use the Gel Art white French gel, which is awesome for a French manicure, but also for like a 3D designs, and it don't need to be necessary even top coated. I mean, for this design we will, but you don't have to even apply the top coat over it when it's used for the designs. Okay, once my tip is cooked, we are going to apply the top coat over it. So this way you will know how to prepare your tips. You will do it the gel polish application on the client, or you will finish it on the extensions, apply the top coat and then cure it. And this way we will get the tips after buffing, which looks like this. The reason for me to buff it is I want, first of all, the gel to stick to it. Gel likes to stick into the rough or sticky surface. We are okay to use this gel even on a shiny surface, but because we want to top coat the design, that's why I have buffed it, and I also cleanse it as well, so the pigment doesn't stick into the color. Especially when we're working with the lighter colors, you want to have the surface buffed, but you have to buff it kind of smooth, so you don't want to create too strong scratches. And I might actually show you that, because some of you might struggle later on. So when I use the file, you can see I have created the scratches which are quite deep, and then when we apply the pigment, those pigment will get stuck into the scratches, and it will give us a kind of dirty, messy look. So I'm using a buffer, which is Nail Perfect Buffer 100 by 180, and I'm using the smoother side to make sure I have not created too big scratches. Okay, if I don't have too big scratches, then the pigment wouldn't stick in there. I'm just going quickly buff this tip as well. So just buff it well. Like making sure the surface is nice and smooth. Okay, and that's my tip ready. So I'm just cleaning the dust and we are going to start painting the first design. For that, we are going to use the D-liner brush. So I'm just cleansing it and we are going to paint some flowers. So I have picked up a small blob of the product and then going to paint it the middle of the flower. And then another middle of the flower. I want them to be kind of like an oval shape. And then a couple of the petals. To make the life easier for us and quicker, I'm going to use the dotting tool and then paint some petals. So on the top, I want them to be quite small. And then the more on the bottom we go, the larger they are. Dotting tool is actually a fantastic tool. Okay, then we are going to do the same in here. And then on the top, smaller ones. Okay, now we have to shape our petals. So I'm picking up the brush again and I'm giving a shape to the petal. So I want them to be closer to the middle. Okay, and this way we have painted some flower. Do the same in here. You can even make those ones on the sides a little bit kind of bending. So does this one. So it's kind of going on the side. And once we've got the flowers painted, we can paint some leaves. I'm picking up like kind of almost a blob of the product. And then going to drag my leaves. We also need some leaves on the top. Each time when I want to painting like a nice and thin lines, I'm dragging my brush on the mixing palette and you can see I'm creating like a wee lines so I can shape my brush so it does nice and beautiful thin lines. so this way we have created like a simple flower design. Now it's time to cure it, so a 60 seconds cure. And then we are going to paint another flowers in here. Swirly middle. And then we have a moon shape, like a moon shape which is irregular. So moon shape, which is irregular. And those simple roses always looks effective. And the last petal. I suggest you kind of make the middle of it much thicker, and then at the ends you wanted it much thinner. We are going to place another one on the side. And again, if I want a thin lines, I'm cleaning my brush. Okay, do the same on the other side. And then on the top, we want just some petals. So just like a maybe single petal. And a couple of the dots. Then give it a cure. Okay, my first design is ready. So I'm just going to grab some pigments and a baby wipe. The reason for putting a baby wipe is like the pigments can be really messy, and I like to use the wipe in there. So I want to put some green in here. yellow, some purple. I want also white because the purple and the blue are so highly pigmented, like so dark compared to the other colors, that I like to mix it with the drop of the white pigment to achieve a nicer colors. Okay, let's start painting at first. So I've got some old brush and a wipe. I'm kind of making it really messy and I'm cleaning the brush, just a dry clean. And I'm starting with the lightest color. So I have picked up a tiny bit of the pigment, but I don't want too much of it, so you can also dab it in to remove the excess of it. And the middle of the flower is going to be this color. So I'm just coloring this color in there, plus some parts of the leaves are going to be this color as well. Clean it and then go into the green. Again, remove the excess of the pigment and start fading the green. Clean the brush and we can move on into the next color. So my next color is going to be some orange. Again, remove the excess of the pigment. You really need just a little bit of it. And I'm just painting some orange there. And some pink. Actually, it's fun to create those designs with the pigments. So this flower is going to be pink. And some parts of it are going to be pink here as well. Then I'm picking up the white and a drop of the purple, even more white. Mixing it together with the purple because I don't want too dark one. And then these petals are going to be purple. Okay, once I'm happy, I can take the dust brush and I can just scrape away the excess of the pigment. If you do it properly, you can see there is no mess on the lighter color and we've got nice and beautiful flowers. Time to apply the top coat, and I've got some older top coats, usually for like top coating and messy designs. I prefer using some older top coat so it doesn't contaminate the good one. Apply it through the entire design. And it looks so nice and delicate for a spring. Really easy actually designs once you know how to paint the background. So cook this one in, and then we are going to color in those roses. And here we are going to do pink. So I'm picking up the pink. And painting in the middle with this pink color. Clean it, then go into the purple, the one which I have created before. So in the middle it will mix with the pink. And then the blue. So for the blue, I'm picking up a small scoop of it. You can see it how pigmented it is. And then some white. Mix it well. And then we can start fading with the blue. And this is quite nice shade of the blue because it's not as dark. Then remove the excess of the pigment. And we've got beautiful roses. Apply the top coat. Very easy designs, guys, and my clients definitely love it, especially when the springtime comes in, because you can get those delicate look through the pigments and they do blend really nice. And here I'm going to paint another one. So we are going to go a little bit with the swirly beads because they look so pretty as well. To paint the swirls, I'm using the D-liner brush, and I do suggest you kind of break them down into couple movements of your brush rather than trying to do it in a one go. So here another one. Okay, I want to also create some kind of triangle here. And here as well. Okay, now we are going to move to the bottom part of the design, so create another swirl with the triangle. Clean my brush, so I have wrapped it in so I can paint nice and thin line. And then just add a couple of the C shape. So press harder and then gentle. Give it a cook. Our first design is ready. So I can put it into the into the display palette. And it looks so pretty. I also like this background because it's different. Then we got this one. So you can see it. Two of them. And the last one is ready as well. So let's color it in. And here I want to use a little bit of everything. So I will go into the blue and paint some blue. Clean it, then go into my purple. And apply some purple. Clean it very well. Grab some pink. So you can see it, I'm still using the pigments which I had it on the wipe. I even don't need to pick up anymore. Clean it well. Orange. And then green. Clean it well. And this one looks so pretty because it has all the colors in it. And then apply the top coat. So I hope you have really enjoyed learning those easy, I would say easy designs with the pigments. And actually achieving this with the gel or gel polish would be quite time consuming, so rubbing the pigments over it is much quicker and easier option. When you're working with the pigments, you have to be really careful, like you don't split them, because they are so fine and they are so pigmented, obviously, as a pigments, that it will be quite hard to clean it. And that's the reason why I'm having always some baby wipe underneath, so my nail desk doesn't get too messy. But let me show you the final look of all of the designs which we have created. The blue one is the worst, because I think that's the darkest one. But I also like, I think the pigments should be at every nail technician desk, because you can create so many wonderful designs with it. That's the last one which we have done today. So you can see it. All those beautiful and colorful designs, perfect for a springtime. I'm sending you lots of glittery hugs, and bye for now.